Hi all, this is PhoneArena with a video preview of the Samsung Star II, the successor to the very famous Samsung Star, the original Star, which sold 30 million units worldwide, actually more than 30 million. And let's see what is different in the Samsung Star II. The first thing you notice, of course, is the beautiful white body of the device. And the second thing would be the screen. Just as in the Samsung Star, we have a 3-inch screen, but this time it is a capacitive screen. In the Samsung Star, in the original Star, we had a resistive screen. The resolution is 240 by 400 pixels, which is slightly below average, but still it's okay for such an affordable phone that the Samsung Star II is. Next on the list is the earpiece on the top part of the phone, and below the screen we see the familiar 3 physical buttons, the call, menu and the end keys, and on the bottom you have the microphone. Then on the sides you have a micro SD slot with support for up to 16 gigs of RAM, and then you have the lock unlock button on the side, and then on the left hand side you have the volume rocker, which you can see right here. The top part holds the 3.5mm standard headphone jack and the micro USB slot for charging the device, which is protected with a small lid. The back of the device also holds a 3-megapixel fixed focus camera, which, as you can see, lacks flash. And on the bottom part of the beautiful back cover of the Samsung Star II is the loudspeaker. When it comes to the interface, the Samsung Star II offers a proprietary Samsung UI, which is spiced up with the TouchWiz in its 3rd iteration, so it looks pretty nice and kind of like the Bada operating system that we know of from the Samsung Wave. There are four home screens, as you can see, and the first thing that we're gonna take a look at is the top part of the home screen, where you can find different controls and quick access to your email and music player, as well as controls for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and muting the device, which is pretty handy. You also have widgets. You have just a few widgets preloaded on the device, but you can get more from the Samsung App Store. And let's try to add a widget. One widget we liked, but it was a bit laggy, was the Buddies Now. So that's how it looks like, and we can switch between contacts. The main menu is accessed by pressing the menu key, and it has 2 pages. The menu is organized in 12 icons. You see the rectangular icons, which look pretty good. You have social network integration with Facebook, Twitter clients on board, but unfortunately we had an early prototype unit, so this functionality was not yet supported. You also have a YouTube client and the standard browser and the email clients. So next thing we'll look at is the media gallery, where you can find all your pictures and videos. As we said, the phone has a 3-megapixel camera, so let's take a look at some of the pictures we shot with the Samsung Star II, and let's switch to landscape so we can better view the pictures. And the first thing that you'll see is the nice transitions between different pictures. They load rather quickly. Again, we have no multi-touch. You have to double tap to zoom in and out. And that is the media gallery on the Samsung Star II. And this is how messaging looks on the Star II. Again, you have the standard keyboard, and if you switch to landscape view, you go into QWERTY input. Next thing we'll take a look at is the contacts, which look also pretty standard. No surprises in that part either. One great addition to the Samsung Star II is its support of multitasking with built-in task manager. As you can see, we can switch between apps by holding the menu key, and you can also turn off apps. You can see here you have the minus button on top. So let's try to turn off the music app, and as easy as it sounds, we're done with turning off the music app. And now let's check out how music sounds actually on the Star II with a random song. Let's play this one. And when we go back to the main menu, you can still find the music controls on the top, as we saw earlier. The 3 megapixel camera on the Samsung Star II is nothing extraordinary, but it has some nice controls. So let's take a look at the menu and all the options it offers. It offers small shot as well as panorama, which is pretty good for an affordable handset as the Samsung Star II. And it also has a number of scene modes and other options that you can take a look. Except for the 3 megapixel camera, we have video recording capabilities on board as well, but the video recording quality is really poor at just QVGA resolution. Basically, that just limits video to watching videos on the phone. Our expectations for the Samsung Star II are nearly not as high as the ones for the original Star, which sold 30 million units worldwide, but nevertheless the Samsung Star II is a needed replacement for the first Star, and what it brings is mostly connectivity, a better screen, it brings Wi-Fi, it still has Edge, and other thing that you will notice is that it has multitasking now, which is a welcome addition. You can see the multitasking here, and all of those features are gonna attract many customers to the Samsung Star, which is expected to be priced pretty affordably. So take a look at it when it's out on the shelves and decide for yourself.